Hey guys, we're back with another episode of reVIEW. Central Intelligence stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Kevin Hart, and is directed by the same guy that directed We're the Millers. And Dwayne Johnson plays a character who was made fun of a lot and bullied a lot in high school, and Kevin Hart plays the most popular kid in high school, and now we're 20 years later, and they are both caught up in this big CIA investigation, action buddy cop kind of movie, and it is really funny. When I went into this movie, I wasn't really thinking that it was going to be too awful great. I'm a huge fan of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I think Kevin Hart's really funny, but the trailers were alright, but I wasn't really expecting a whole lot going in, and I was pleasantly surprised. It was really, really funny. The amount of just like cameos in the movie is just crazy. There are so many of them, so many people pop up in this movie, and every single one of them is great and very well placed. The action is so-so, but you know, it's more of a comedy than anything else. So the action isn't really the greatest. Some of the car chases and stuff like that is kind of cool, but like the overall like close quarters combat is very shaky camera, very close and blurry. And the gun stuff is just like, why are they even using guns? Because they can't hit anybody. But that stuff aside, the movie it hits on the comedy levels, and a lot of the comedy does play in you know, one's big, one's small kind of stuff, which is, it works really well though. Their banter back and forth is great. The Rock plays a little bit different of a character than what he normally does in these kind of movies. He's not necessarily playing the big badass. He is, but he's a kid that, or he's a character that was bullied a lot, so he's kind of just an awkward kind of guy, and he plays it really, really well. And Kevin Hart actually kind of plays the straight man in this scenario, which is weird for him in general, because Kevin Hart always is, you know, he's loud and he's crazy. But in this one, he kind of plays the straight man, even though he still is kind of loud and kind of crazy. He still does the little Kevin Hart stuff in it, but they both just, I don't know, they work really well together, and I would love to see them together in more things. I had a lot of fun going to this movie. I really enjoyed it, but where I had issues with it was really in the story and with the CIA espionage aspect, where it starts to get really political. They kind of don't really know what they're talking about, I feel like, and the story just kind of, it's there just to keep these characters moving along, which is fine, and it works because it is a comedy and it's funny, but with the, you know, you're the bad guy, no, you're the bad guy, here's this bad guy, who's the bad guy, all that stuff, a lot of fingers start to get pointed in the third act, and it drags on for a little longer than I would have liked. But with that aside, I really did have a lot of fun watching this movie. I laughed a lot. There were quite a few like gut-busting laughs. Central Intelligence gets a 3.75 out of 5. I thought this movie was really funny. It made me laugh. It was a great movie to take some friends with. I recommend seeing it at the drive-in if you're going to go out to the theaters. It's a good movie just to take a bunch of friends, eat a bunch of greasy food, laugh your ass off, and just have a good time. So if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know if there's any movies coming out that you want me to review. Let me know if there's any older movies that you'd like to get my opinion on too. And stay tuned for the stuff we got coming up in the future. Love you guys. See you later.
No! So how do you PAL them?
That's my thing. How did I do that?
Wow.
The bump button.
Oh, someone beat the level. All right.
Yeah, good job.
You can watch like all of our lives.